no! right, there we go. We have brought the music down. Bring the mics up. There we are.
You know, crazy town. You gotta go take a bath. You gonna take a bath? No. Okay. Ice. No, don't ice me. Oh.
That's a heck of a segue.
Quiet.
Don't bite me.
Testing one. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have Matt?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. I'm not seeing him, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very weird. All the today's posts just dumped into my chat when.
Oh, I've had that happen to me too. That was a while back. I forget what I did to rectify that though.
So hot.
Oh, this thing is Starfighter scale.
What's that?
So the people mover ship,
Yeah.
the extra ship we have.
So loud. Always.
So that's not space freighter size, right?
Yeah. Starfighter covers both space transport, freighter,
Okay.
starfighter.
All right. Is the the knocking noise gone?
Yes.
Okay.
Like
So
it.
yeah, it was that fan. It's the one that has that like little glass things that hang down.
Oh,
And it's a little loose, so just like jing jing jing. I'm like,
Oh. Gotcha.
hates
There
it.
you go.
Hate
Did you
those.
turn it off or did you?
Yeah, I
fix
turned it off, and then I just got a floor fan and stuck it in the hallway.
Oh,
blow,
nice. Okay.
So this room doesn't get cold. The hallway will be like 5 degrees colder.
She's gone from suck to blow.
That's right.
What's the temperatures there now?
So now I gotta like blow cold air into this room.
Okay,
Which
so if we can get somebody to do the game recap. And it is XP time, so we need to get that taken care of too.
Oh,
Do we
yeah.
get Star Wars Day week points?
Really?
I'm just asking.
Really?
You could say no, it's fine.
I did get married on May the 4th. I mean,
Yeah, yes, I know, Callie. I was there. I have the
I know.
I had the glasses to prove it.
I know.
What do we want to do? Recap or XP first?
Let's do recap first.
Okay. So I had been missing from the game before that. So the group comes back and tells Montan that they picked up a stray puppy and she has a $35,000 debt to the exchange criminal empire. Her name is Silly and she's a swoop rider. Also, we got notification from Torinar that he was sending a house fixer to Terrace to join up with us to investigate the refugees. There are refugees from Onderon, which is Nasara's former planet. She was a queen. So there's political violence on that planet that have found their way to Terrace, and apparently they are being exploited by the underworld. So Saris comes in, meets the group, and then kind of gets whisked along as we all go to the races. Montan has fixed up Silly's. So Silly had been in the race in the game before, and her bike was sabotaged. So Montan fixed it, and we protected it until the race time. The notes go back and forth between the scenes like a TV show.
Sure.
So, let's see. We give Saris a briefing on Terrace, including the rat ghouls on the ground level, all the way up to the high classes. The group discusses the debt to the exchange, and Saris is very much skeptical about the whole thing. So is Montan, for that matter. Silly herself was born on Onderon. She repaired speeders for her dad. She's a good mechanic. She got into being a courier pilot. She began gambling on the races on Terrace. Took a terrible loss, got in deep with the exchange, who offered her, credit to get out of it, and she got deeper. So then she started racing swoops to try and get the money back. But of course, as we saw in the last race, she got sabotaged, so she couldn't win. Montan fixed up her bike, We go to the race. She's got 4-1 odds. We all bet on her. Some people bet on other people too, but she wins. Yay! There are celebrations. We go to the Neon Lantern afterwards for drinks and good times. Before that happens, after the race, Devin Score, who is our contact with the exchange, comes up and shows us the bounty puck for Voss Tyne. Voss Tyne being the guy who interrogated Quaid a few games ago on that planet we crashed on. Voss Tyne is dead, and we are being given the bounty for having killed him. Not that we killed him, but I guess he's dead. So we got a $10,000 payout. We use it with some of the winnings from the betting to pay off Silly's debt. Devin Score offers to spread word of our shop to the whole racing community so we can get more business. Jairus was walking around the winnings and made a high persuasion roll and was noticed by a bunch of people. At the Neon Lantern, Montan offers Silly a job doing, normal work for fair pay instead of racing for her living. We're asking around about the local flavor. Silly tells us that the swoop gangs are only on the levels below us. We don't have to worry about them, but we do have to worry about Black Sun in the mid levels where we're at. We find Coruscant Bob. We ask him about the Onderon refugees, and he says he doesn't know, but we should go talk to the Undertaker, who is a contact we've been given before, but we've never met him. And can't really tell us what the Undertaker would ask of us for that information. We got the name of 3 of the Onderon refugees that Bob knows about. And Matt won the role-playing vote.
Awesome. Okie doke. Well, so I don't get in trouble with the union. We'll go ahead and allow holiday XP because of May the 4th.
Yay.
And Revenge of the 5th?
Nope. Only one.
Oh, God.
Hey, roll it, Brittany.
There are always 2.
Yes, there you go. In fact, since Brittany was the one that pushed for it, Brittany gets to roll for it.
Oh no, we're gonna get 2 points. Okay, what game is this? Let's see.
Wow.
Star Wars. Honestly, all week I've been thinking that it was D&D this week.
D&D, roll a D20.
Okay, what 1d4? Plus 1?
1d6 plus 1.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Wow.
Well, it's a
3
3,
3
not
points.
2. I'll roll the...
Every-
You
Every
rolled a
little
2,
counts.
just like you said.
Every little bit counts.
and 4 for monthly, so a total of 7.
Well, cool. So I will let you guys take it away. Obviously, there's some catching up that needs to be done in character. Some explaining.
Yeah, so it looks like Drade comes walking back and enters EDM branch. Who all happens to be there at this point?
Well, what's the time frame on the end of session versus start of session now?
Next day.
Next day. Okay.
Oh yeah, where do we live?
Technically, we
We
haven't
figured
picked
that out?
yet. No, yeah.
Oh, we've been sleeping on the ship?
We had a discussion. Montan said he was going to live locally. Some of you said you were going to, your main house is going to be on Pelagon, like you especially.
That's a long commute.
Right. But a lot of our games have been back to back to back, so I don't think anybody's left Terrace for any length of time.
No, in fact, I don't think we've actually had time to pick a hotel yet.
Yeah, nobody has, since nobody has you haven't taken any actions towards that. You guys have just been retiring to said ship for the time being.
Hotel skimming Minoc.
Well, they are luxury accommodations.
Well,
I love
So that-
bunk beds.
seems like it's
Bunk
time
beds
for me
are
to find an
nice.
apartment.
There's no bunk beds on the Minoc. You guys each have a stateroom.
Ooh.
Oh,
I guess it's better than local barracks.
so bougie.
So who? Okay,
Um,
so then he'll walk into EDM in the morning. Then who all happens to be there?
Well, Montan's there.
Sarah's is there. We can call her Vale if we don't want to confuse names, since my name's so close to Matt's characters. Who are we talking
Oh, yeah.
about? So we can use her last name if we need to. Yeah, she'll be quietly sitting in the room, I guess the mechanics area, and just going over data.
Yeah, it's our business. We need to be there doing business.
So Drade walks in, goes, "Hey everybody, so how'd our racer do?"
Well, ask her. She's in the back room.
Oh, all right. I guess I will.
Montan
just-
will toss Drade a credit stick. Here's your money back.
Oh, all right. Oh, so okay. Well, that sounds pretty good so far. So yeah, then I'll head back and find Seely wherever she is.
Seely at this point is not currently in the office.
Okay.
As of this point, Vexa is doing her thing.
Oh, okay.
She's actually right now. She's like at this very moment bringing in another repurposed, not a bench, but basically like an old school crane that you would use or lift to basically pull up an engine out of engine block out of a car sort of thing.
Okay.
Very similar, but in this case it obviously suspends the speeder if you need it to get up without the repulsor lift being on for any reason,
Gotcha.
because that could be dangerous.
Right.
You click something wrong, it decides to just fall down all weight and all crush. But yeah, so she's in the process of getting that set up and pulling in the parts and whatnot.
Okay.
Oh, my mistake. I thought she was back. The humans are hard to track, okay? Or people. People are hard to track. I know where my
Okay.
droids are.
Oh, well, yeah. Of course you know that. I mean, you wouldn't be Montan if you didn't know that.
Anyway, we fixed her up. She won. We all got paid. We paid off her debt.
Fantastic. All right.
And hey, Jerry, do we still have the bounty puck?
Yeah, I mean, it's worthless, but yeah.
Yeah, but I'll toss it to Drade.
Grabs
That
it
problem's
and-
over with too.
So he looks at it, turns it on to see the information and goes, "Oh, wow! How did we get this? Where'd this come from?"
Well, the puck came from Devin Score. I don't know the story, but apparently that guy's dead,
Oh,
and we got paid for it, so we did it. We killed him.
huh. Okay. Jerome, on the puck, does it indicate like who created the bounty to be gone after in the first place?
Yeah, it's exchange.
The exchange. Okay.
Oh yeah. Doesn't say who specifically, but the exchange.
Okay.
Seems our business membership is paying off.
that, yeah, it is. I know we're going to have to pay them back. How did they know about him? Unless Tornar told him. You haven't got any word back from him yet, have you? He hasn't contacted me.
Sort of. I haven't talked to him, but you should meet Saris Vale here, who is a problem solver for House Pelagia. This is Sir Drade. Talk amongst yourself. He goes back to his droids.
Discuss.
I'm currently looking over the refugee situation. We do need to go talk with some members that have been identified. And I might have an idea of where they are, but we don't have any locations currently.
I see. Did Lord Tornar
Smart.
attach you to our team?
For now, yes.
Well, as Montan mentioned, I am Sir Drade Kenner. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. What's your background? What can you tell me about yourself?
I fix things
Me too.
in ways that other people sometimes don't like to talk about.
Fixing a situation more than a thing. I see.
Yes. I'm the kind of person you send when things go wrong. Mostly a troubleshooter, but because of my skill set, I can also gather information, intelligence, and make decisions. So I'm here to help you in that capacity.
Well, pleasure to have you on the team. Has Lord Tornar told you anything specifically about this team or us as individuals?
I've got brief dossiers on you, but nothing personal besides what was reported.
All right. Fair enough. You'll learn on the job. Completely fine. The refugees, is that why you were here mainly?
Yes, it is. There is concern that the exploitation could be deeper and more impactful than just simple debts and things like that.
I see. All right. Well, make that a top priority then. Have we gotten any information from anybody on where those refugees might be located?
The racer has given us a couple of names that we need to go see if we can track down.
Okay.
We just got the names last night. I mean, I can run a search, but I suspect we're going to end up having to go talk to that Undertaker guy.
Yes, that was our next. It was the gentleman with the exuberant personality that.
Oh, she met Bob.
Croissant. Bob, yes. Recommended that we go talk to the Undertaker.
Yeah, we've heard some things about him. He's willing to exchange money or what have you for that info, and he's well connected. So it does seem like we can do that. Okay. Well, let me gather the team, and we'll head there en masse. That way, we'll be prepared for anything. And I'll pull up his communicator and be like, Voidhounds, wherever you're at, make your way to EDM. We're going to make a plan, talk to the Undertaker, see what we can find out. We'll see you here soon.
Okay. I'll snag Nasara and I will be there soon.
Yeah, I'm assuming that I'm on the ship. Probably
Sure.
having a lie-in.
Yeah, that's where I kind of figured I was too.
I will let you dictate when you enter the scene. Then you don't need me to describe that for you.
So once everyone gets
hope.
to, yeah. So once everyone gets to EDM, Drake will be like, okay, so been informed. We've got a refugee situation. We got a few names, but no leads other than talking to the Undertaker because he's the most connected fella in the area. Has anybody heard any other information, or is that what we have so far?
Jerry, I'm going to run a search on the names we have.
Sure.
Open the white pages.
Okay, so insofar as speaking with this Undertaker, what are we bringing to put on the table?
That is a good question. Well, apparently he takes credits.
And we do have the ability to problem solve some things.
Maybe he needs something done.
Right. Okay.
Oh, Mike, not to interrupt. Paul just gave you a reroll.
Oh, thank you, Paul.
Yes.
Yeah, your name is now Montana.
Whoops. Okay. Well, if Montan finds anything on the HoloNet, we can pursue that. But like you was saying earlier, I'm not quite sure that they're going to be found if they're in the hands of underworld types here on Terrace. These refugees, are they all from Onderon or just some of them? Do we know?
The three names that we have are I recognize one of them from working at the palace, but I don't know him very well. Just passing.
Okay.
And then
Maybe we should focus on why
Hmm.
they came here or how they came here.
Well, presumably they all came during the coup. It was a time of great unrest. But as to why they chose this place could be a good question.
So
Right,
the
that
door
could lead
the
us
door
to-
slides open at this point, and Silly comes sliding in, in a standing dash like sort of
Slides
thing.
into our EDM.
Yes, and she's like, sorry, taking a moment to kind of slick
Is that
back
even
slick back
allowed?
her horns for a second, and she's just like, I'm not used to a steady job. Alarm didn't wake. Right. Yeah, I'm here. What do you need me to do? Sorry. Sorry.
Can you go in the back and help Vexa with the lift she's setting up?
Oh, yeah, sure. So she throws on an apron over her, like a work apron over her clothing, and goes back there to go grab some tools and see what needs to be done.
I don't think the idea was that all the refugees came to Terrace. I think we're just talking about the refugees that probably went everywhere. We're talking about the ones that came to Terrace because that's where we are.
Sure. Well, okay. Nasara, when that coup happened and you left, did you leave with any other Undarans, or was it just you when you were escaping?
It was me and my son and my sister-in-law.
Okay. So not a lot of info there. Clearly, you're focusing on surviving. Makes sense.
Right.
Okay.
So what happened on the planet after that? It's a little bit hazy.
The Empire does that. They create chaos, and then that helps them do whatever they want. So, Montan, have you found anything on the names we've got so far?
Enhance. Enhance.
I'm just waiting for a roll.
Okay. Okay, it's been a while since I've used this one. I just 17.
There you go.
Nice.
Okay. So oddly enough, nothing comes up for these names here. Throughout Terrace.
That is odd. And I'll say that they don't come up, which means they're not doing anything officially.
Right.
They don't have an apartment or a job or something. I mean, I haven't like cracked in any government systems here, but
Or, and this is not uncommon because you in character would have run into this a bunch. They're likely here illegally.
yeah. So they're not. Yeah, there's nothing official to find.
Okay.
But obviously, if Silly knew what their names are, then their names are floating around. We're just not going to find them through the computer.
When you talked to her, did she indicate where they might be, or she just heard those names and that they
She
were on
just-
Terrace?
Heard the names floating around last. That's how I understood it.
Okay.
I mean, it's not her job to track them. We could ask her how she got the names. I mean,
Yeah, let me go ask her that, and then we'll plan from there. So we're walking back where Vexa and Sealy are, and
Okay.
we'll go.
Drade, you walk right in and you catch them at for you a great moment. For them, deep in work at this point, but both of their backsides are almost eye level to you right now.
Just a quick question, ladies.
And so they snap up real quick and like look around and it's like Silly's like how can we help? And Vex is just kind of like looking around, taking a step away to make sure it looks appropriate.
Yeah. So, Sealy, before the question, congrats on the race. I heard you won. I knew you would, but it's fantastic news.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, it's great. No awkwardness at all.
But beyond that, I heard that you've heard of a few names of people that escaped from Onderon and might be here. How did you come about those names?
When you hang around refugees a good bit, when you don't have a whole lot of money or trying to hide from those you owe a lot of money to, word floats around.
Okay. So you yourself didn't see them or talk to them, but you simply heard about them in the area then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which means if they don't have like any sort, if they haven't obtained any sort of alternate ID, which they probably haven't, it means you're probably on the lower level somewhere, where pretty much everybody else has to go, which is also real close to the ground level, and people are still spooked out about the whole Rakghoul disease and whatnot. So that's where the where most of them kind of get banished to, or I mean, if they fell into underworld work somewhere, like with a swoop gang or one of the other groups around here, I mean, that's always a possibility.
Okay.
We
I'm
don't have
thinking of-
photos of them, do we?
No.
Okay.
No, she shakes her head. I'm sorry. It wasn't something that I thought to get. it was just, you know, a little familiarity in the rumor mill was all.
We're probably going to be asking the Undertaker for some of that information. Have you ever talked to him or had dealings with him?
Never had the money or anything to trade for such a thing. I've heard of I've heard his name though. Everybody seems to regard him as somebody who really knows his stuff or is well connected or whatnot, and that's kind of crazy spooky in that sort of way, because he doesn't seem to outwardly align himself with anybody from what the rumor is. You know, because you know how it goes. Sometimes rumor goes, oh well, they're backed by the Empire, or maybe it's this, or maybe it's that, and nothing ever seems to pan out. So
Okay, it's more of an independent. That puts him in a good position to negotiate with all the different factions here. All right. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. If you happen to remember anything else, or if anything else comes up, of course, let me know. But I'll let you two get back to work. Again, great job.
yeah, sure. She just kind of wipes off her hands real quick, and they're both like, so that Hydra spanner, and they go back to, you know, working and looking at getting the machinery up and running.
So he heads back to the main room with everyone. Okay, so she didn't meet them directly, but she heard through the rumor mill while she was here that they're in the area, and it's likely they're in the lower levels. And if we're not finding any profiles for him, good chance that they're in trouble or being held or enslaved or something else. So, seems like if the Undertaker's our best bet, it's time to go pay him a visit.
Well, I'm ready when you are. Let me just double check my weapons and then we can be off.
Right. Suggest everyone do the same. Load up. Don't expect us to have a huge battle, but we already know that it could be dangerous down there, so let's just be prepared.
Well, we might be able to cut out the middleman. Seems to me that if refugees came here and they're in a situation where they're being kept less free, it's probably the exchange. They would be the organization that would have the manpower and materials to transport refugees, and then they probably charge them for that transport, and now they're working as indentures.
Well, Black Sun is also very prominent here. And they also do kind of the same. Not direct loan sharking, as it were, but they do not mind exploiting those that are vulnerable.
Do you think it's worth asking our exchange contact whether he knows anything?
Well,
That's going to do one of two things, which is either get us some help or warn them that we are looking for their slaves.
Right.
I would suggest dealing with the Undertaker. Information brokers are less than desirable people, but they do honor their contracts and negotiations for information.
Yeah, they take their business seriously if they're any good. So
yeah, let's
True
see what
enough.
he has to offer and what we can offer him in exchange first. If the price is too high, then we'll try for other options, like talking to Devin, or just looking the old-fashioned way. All right, well, if we're set, let's head out.
Before we go, I'm going to ask Silly to try to find me a Flare S swoop. I don't want her to buy it. I just wanted to figure out where to get it.
Oh, Mindy is in the chat. It looks like under Mindy Mayday. Hello. So, where were you getting the swoop from?
Well, that's what I'm asking her from. Is
No,
you
I
know-
meant out of character.
Oh, from the main book.
Okay.
Page 408, and I dropped
And
a
you just
screenshot
posted
in
it.
the-
Awesome.
Yeah.
She says, but I'm setting up the machine. Did you want me to do that afterwards?
Yeah, after, just whenever you've got some time.
Okay. She says, you got it, furry boss.
I figure you know where to find swoops.
Yes. And she pauses real quick because she kind of got ahead of herself. Do you mind if I bring Vexa with when it's
Yeah.
time?
Um,
And do you mind if we have firearms?
Speaking of that, and I'm going to turn around and call Marco, the cargo droid,
Okay.
and I'm going
So
to
it
tell
just-
him.
Marches over.
I'm going to tell him recognize everybody that is in the room. These, if nobody else is here, these are the only people allowed in.
Okay. It responds in a very digitized sounding voice, almost Cylon like, acknowledged.
Also, if they're lifting a whole crane thing, I'm putting the cargo loader droid on the job too. Here, this guy lifts things. But yeah, so I'm setting him up as a rudimentary security droid while they go out.
Okay. And so she's just like, and so Vex is like, hey, I think I've seen his brand before. And she, watches him go, and she says, although not that strong.
I've done some aftermarket work.
And she clearly. And he just replies as he's holding it up, aftermarket.
All right. Yeah, let's go.
Right. All right. So we head to the Undertaker's place.
All right. So you have obviously a vague understanding of where it's at, but emphasis on vague, because when you take the elevators down, see, Terrace is Terrace, like many ecumenopolises, ecumenopoli would probably be the correct terminology. Basically, and you see it in Star Wars too. Like the higher you go up, the shorter everything becomes, right? Because you're getting up to towers and spires and so on and so forth. When you go down, however, everything gets way more. It gets way bigger, way deeper, way more expansive because it's closer to ground level. However, unlike a place like Coruscant, Terrace still has openings in certain sections where you can go straight down to the ground floor. Coruscant is so old, it's rumored that nobody even goes down there because it's just that toxic. Obviously, you guys have been at the ground level of Terrace and know that that's not the case. Although it's dangerous and it's got its own swamps and hazards to deal with. So basically, it's almost like it comes down, it keeps getting wider at the base, and then when you get out of the last elevator shaft, it's just ground, terra firma. Almost wide open space at that point. So when you get down to about the official lower level sector where you think this mortuary is supposed to be, you at that point step off, and it's like a sea of dimly lit hallways. Some lights kind of work, some don't. Everything down here is in some sort of state of disrepair. It looks like I'm not knocking anybody when I say this, but it looks to us like very third world that has been this way for an extended period of time. Like some countries that are third world can eventually kind of pick themselves up, and it just has kind of a homey look to it. It's clearly primitive, but it doesn't look like bombs went off everywhere. Bombs may not have gone off down here, but nobody really did anything to repair the work. So it's just everything down here is just, it looks shoddy. There's conduit occasionally hanging from the ceiling, spray paint on the walls intermittently. I mean, it's very clear nobody of any authority comes down here except criminal elements and swoop gangs and stuff.
Well, we're looking for memorial services, so should be a publicly available business.
True. So why don't you guys start giving me some search checks?
Okay.
Could I use
Everything but the wild
Streetwise
diamonds.
instead if I went out and talked to people?
No.
Okay.
Right now you're just looking at Streetwise is something that you could possibly use, but
Okay.
11.
wow.
That's a 4 for me. Yep.
Matt's dice strike again.
So anybody else rolling? Or was that it?
No, I'm trying.
Whoops, I rolled the
These
wrong
boys
dice.
don't like me.
Yes, you did, and Julian Luna is staring back at you.
Ah, we found the vampires.
There we go.
Oh,
20.
goodness.
We went too deep.
I know, right? So we got 21 and 20 at this point.
19.
Okay, so some pretty good perception checks for overall. As you guys are,
The tourist. Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. Jarrus is breaking out the surgical gloves at this point, worried about communicable diseases he might get from touching a wall. So you guys look around. You see what would normally have been like an information center, like right in the middle where some hallways intersect, but it's completely busted up. And just occasionally like sparks. Like there's nothing, it doesn't seem to be serviceable, or I should say not serviceable, but you can't use it to look at it. The visual center to it is all ratcheted up. In the center, however, there are a couple of like metal makeshift signs where somebody has kind of like pinned something up at the corner, and then painted, crudely to say, this goes here or whatever have you. And really the only two things you see is like one points to cantinas, plural. It doesn't even say which one, it just points you in a certain direction. And then the one of the other signs, it's misspelled a little bit and it says watch your step, going, pointing to another hallway.
Well, let's not go that way.
And oddly enough, it's pretty black down there too. So
Let's really not go that way.
yeah.
Okay.
You don't see anybody as of yet, but in the distance you can hear people. It's the sound does tend to travel.
Are they towards the cantinas?
Presumably, I mean that's where people would gather, but it's hard to say. It's either coming from basically like a northern direction, or an eastern direction, or quite possibly both.
Maybe we should head for the cantinas. They can at least give us directions.
That's fair. Can head that way. All right, let's do it.
It's as good a choice as any.
Okay,
So
so
we're-
as you guys continue walking down the hall, somebody comes walking past you. Their clothes are ratted, in terrible disrepair. They appear to be a Marillion, but they have kind of a cloak pulled up. They smell, and you can tell, obvious, and they look to be about, kind of scrawny as they try to squeeze their by and mind their business as they're walking basically past you and further out. Then you hear them like cough or something. And they keep going.
Does it seem like this area we're in is just very sparse and everyone is like more in the cantina direction?
As you travel down it, you're probably right. You know, your first guess, having seen some of this before in the past, where there's people, I mean, sure, there's potentially trouble, but there's also potentially safety in numbers. If you're destitute,
Okay.
people you might be able to beg off of, even though they don't have much, they may still have more. So,
Okay. And as we're headed that way, Dre's going to be like, everyone remember to watch your pockets when we get closer,
Do we
just in
know what
case.
do we know what the raccoon disease manifests at? I mean, before the end.
I haven't heard
Do we
the
need to worry about-
specifics,
Okay.
but the rat ghouls are on the absolute bottom level where our large ship is. They
Okay, so
shouldn't
they wouldn't
be
be they
amongst
wouldn't be here.
Right.
Okay, just normal plague then.
Well, they're not here because they're blocked off.
Yeah.
If they were to get through, they would probably bite the locals. Yes.
Okay, so just don't get bit.
Don't get bitten.
Bye.
It's a
Anything.
generally good rule on most planets we go to.
I
Don't
mean,
get
that's fair.
bitten,
Yes,
Don't
that's
get eaten.
good
Mhm.
good
They're
wisdom.
monstrous.
Okay.
Jerome, with the medicine technical skill, would I know the symptoms and potential effects of the Rakghoul virus?
yeah, just give me an easy roll. Or roll at easy difficulty.
I think I just got it with an 8.
Yep, that does it.
Yeah, so one of the things that you would know is this is one of the many things that Terrace is known for, and it's been here for thousands of years. Whoever's going typey mute, please. So it's the symptoms have historically changed, but not by a lot. It's a very painful and tends to be excruciating transformation into an alien-looking creature.
And how long would we have to identify that was happening?
That's a great question. No one has any definitive statement, but they do have some what appears to be good theories. Some of it seems to depend upon how healthy the individual is. There is some direct correlation with that. There is also, oddly enough, direct correlation to Force users. Apparently, it's something that can't really affect them, and if it does, they're actually in more pain for longer because it's harder for them to transform, if not die outright.
So, insofar as you're concerned of the Rakghoul virus, it is, as we understand, transmitted by bite. So, avoiding being bitten is your primary.
You would also be able
defense.
to. You would know it's transmittable through claw as well.
It
Can
can also
you-
be transferred via their claws, so avoid being scratched. But on top of that, the first thing you will probably notice is a level of pain reaching towards excruciating as your body begins to transform as your physicality changes. So if anybody starts feeling intense pain, please let me know.
Is it possible to get all that into chat later so I can put it in notes?
Will do.
Woo! So there you go.
As we are headed towards the cantina, Drade is going to activate a danger sense. So
Okay.
go ahead and roll that.
Sure.
Jerome?
Hmm.
Could maybe after the game, could I get the information on the virus? Maybe put either your Facebook or whatever, so I can put it in notes.
Yeah, we already just had other people say yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Okay, so 12, so that makes it. All right, so he has that up. And Drade makes sure to take point when we're making our way to the cantinas.
You know, Asada's going to do the same thing, and she's going to take the rear end. So let me go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Danger sense. Which one is that?
It's just a sense roll. You need
Yeah.
to make moderate or higher.
I got a 12. That is
That's moderate. That does it.
a moderate. Okay. Yep. So I'm taking the back end.
Okay, so you both have danger sense up.
Yep.
Pardon me. And what's the distance on that?
That is oops. It doesn't actually give a distance. In game terms, if a character plans to attack the Jedi on the next round, then the Jedi has like a round to prepare.
Okay, so it's just a danger sense, not a to impending doom.
Right.
That's fine. Okay, so you guys are walking out, and down the hall, it looked like it was designated for cantinas. The section you come to looks like it probably was a shopping center at some point. There's refuse at various points all over the floor. There are some designated walking paths that you can kind of get around it, but there's just like piles of junk here, questionable stuff over here that smells, more like broken up metal and kind of conduit over here, and then and it looks like what some people have done have repurposed a couple of the shops here and turned them into like other shops and some really bad looking cantinas. We're talking like none of the chairs match. Even the neon signs are hopeful as they flicker to the extent of almost triggering epilepsy at times. The power clearly isn't all that steady in this particular section. And now that you guys have kind of started looking around and get the feel for the place, you can also tell air doesn't circulate well down here either.
Okay.
What a wonderful smell you've discovered.
Yeah, this is not not the best place I've been.
Oh, come on, it's not the worst.
It is not the worst. That is true.
Mhm.
It's the worst in a good while.
It might actually be my worst.
I don't know. The
Mm.
trash compactor was pretty bad.
How many cantinas are we finding like in this area?
In this particular area, there's 2.
Okay.
There's no real name to them. It looks like they just denote based upon paint that may have been on the side of the wall, and like if they have the technology for a flickering sign of some kind.
All right. Well, how about we double up our efforts here? Saris and Nasara, come with me into this cantina. Montan, Jairus, Asada, take the other one.
Copy.
Focus on bartenders who are there. They're likely the ones who are going to know the most information, but clearly we're just looking for the mortuary, the undertaker, any other information they might have. Try not to draw attention.
You mean any more attention than we already do by being here and clean?
Yeah, I mean, I know we can't avoid that entirely, but just don't anger anybody if at all possible.
Right. Jerm, do we see anybody around here? Are there
Oh, yeah.
people?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's probably about 50 or so some odd people kind of
Oh,
spread
wow.
out around this area. Some are rummaging through some of those piles that you saw under the false hope that they're going to find something that they haven't already tried to scavenge. Some people are in there having a drink of some kind or trying to eat what passes for meat.
Eat recycled food.
Rodents of unusual size.
I
Yes.
don't believe they exist. Right. So we head in our respective cantinas.
Okay. Now, if people want to roll for Streetwise, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to the bartender or anybody else that looks particularly a little bit more well off than the others.
Okay.
I got a 10 on my Streetwise.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I got a 12 on my Streetwise.
That's not bad.
Mhm.
Oh, Matt got a 14.
Go, Matt.
I got a 19.
Nice.
Show off.
15.
That Streetwise.
I got 11.
Okay. Well, for the most part, everybody is successful. So as you start poking around and starting to try and dig up information. So Brittany, as you are asking around, you end up asking the bartender that is at the other bar from the others. Whoever followed you, I don't know. I'll let you decide. But 3 and 3. And this Illithorin, looks at you as he's, cleaning out a still dirty cup. But dirty more so because it's like rusted, not because it looks like it's been utilized recently. And he says, "What do you want?" Of course, you hear the and you can hear the
I was going to
vocal
say, are you
translation.
going to do it in the accent?
Yeah, nope.
Kudos. Do you know where I can find the mortuary?
So he kind of looks around and he says, "You people from the top side," he says, "You're looking for the mortuary. Never means good business for us. What's in it for me?"
We'll get out of your hair.
So he slams the cup down. "Is that some kind of a joke?" That's when you realize Illithorians don't have hair.
I beg your pardon. That was a figure of speech. Does he realize that Twi'leks don't have hair either?
He doesn't seem to care.
Okay.
He's just-
And we don't have like credits aren't. They are physical, right?
yeah, they can be physical.
Okay, I'll slide.
You guys actually did get physical credits.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll slide him 100 credits.
Okay, so you see the eyes on his head kind of, bulge a little bit, and he quickly throws a towel over it. It says, so what do you want to know?
How can I find it?
And at this point, now that you're asking and talking to him, now he's not looking at you at all. His head is on the swivel looking around because you just dropped down 100 credits where people don't even see that in their lifetime.
Oh, dang it!
So at this point he's looking around like expecting somebody's like gonna jump or feel froggy or something, and he might have to draw down or whatever. And so I'm sorry, repeat your question.
How can I find it? Where is it?
So he does this a little bit, real lightly with the towel and quickly moves the credits off the bar and into like a pouch that he has to get it, out of sight. He says you're going to be looking for. Oops, I think it's passed it up. I did not. I need to go further. If you're typey, go mutey, please. You're looking for Venn Memorial Services.
Venn, VEN.
VENN. But yeah.
Where is it?
He says, and so he points at this point specifically, though he's looking around, and you can see that you're starting to draw some attention. But not like people are brandishing weapons, but people are clearly like something's up, and they're starting to put their attention. And those of you who are in the other bar, you can start to hear some like whispering going on, like it's spreading like wildfire, at this point. And somebody actually looks directly at Asada and asks you, credits for the poor? Credits for the poor, please.
She's gonna
Oh,
look at Jarrus and Montan, since they're the ones with her.
Please, I haven't had anything to eat in days.
Or everyone else now looking at them too?
Yep.
I'll tell you what, friend. Can you lead me to Ben's Memorial Services?
So it kind of looks around. Why don't you give me a Why don't you give me? Gonna make you roll.
Yeah. What is it called? What's the memorial service called?
Bargain. Ven.
Bargain. Okay.
No. I'm looking at my skill sheet. I said bargain about trying to make this deal.
Oh,
The
okay.
place we're going is Ben's Memorial.
Venn,
Yeah, we'll go bargain. That's fine.
Memorial. Bargain Memorial.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to use a place named Bargain Memorial.
Yeah, because I
down
didn't catch
here.
I didn't catch what he told Nasara.
I'll put it down in the chat.
Thank you.
Bury and save.
Thank you.
Jarrus just kind of gives a shake of the head. He doesn't want to comment, but he shakes his head.
Okay. So is anybody giving over any coin, or I'm just waiting on Montan to make a roll.
Okay.
No. If anyone even attempts to look at her to ask,
Everyone.
she will. glare at them. If they're persistent, she'll ask them very calmly to back away.
Okay, so they're keeping their distance from you, Drade, and Nasara at this point. The bartender for Nasara is pointing, and he says, he basically says something effective like, "You're going to need to take the main shaft you're through, several blocks at this point from the east of here, but it's going to take you through gang territory."
Black Sun.
No.
No,
Now,
he, he says they're just poor people down here who've banded together to
Okay.
affect the odds. Although he suspects they're probably tied to one of the stronger factions here.
I see. You don't know what kind of payment the Undertaker expects, do you?
When you ask that, at that point, he says it's time for you to go.
Okay.
So, Mike, what'd you get?
I got a 21.
Oh, okay, that's right.
What did you ask for,
So-
Montan?
The person who is asking for credits at this point, even with your role, is seriously reconsidering at this point. And at that point she says, I'll do it for 50 credits.
All right.
All right.
And another shake of his head.
Okay. So
Now, what did Montan ask her for?
Well, the person asking us for money, I said, "Can you lead us to the place, Ben's Memorial Services?"
Okay.
okay, so do you pay her or what do you do?
No, we
Not
go.
there.
Okay, so she doesn't go anywhere at this point. She says, I have to have something first.
I'll pull out a 10 credit chip. Okay, would you like to do this, Jairus? Or are you just going to stand there and shake your head at me?
This is not the place to pull out money.
No.
So she's mulling it over, and you can see that obviously there's more people starting to become aware that there's exchanges happening.
we need to vacate.
I'm
And
going to start walking out of the place.
Sure. And she says, fine, I'll do that.
All right, walk out.
Okay, so she takes the 10 credits, walks back inside real quick, and ends up getting like a spicy meat stick or something real quick. And that bartender, reaches in and pulls it out. Looks like it's probably a couple days old. It's not fresh or whatnot, but she just like walking and eating, and it's already gone before she clears the bar.
Okay.
Prepare yourself to be ambushed.
Right.
I figured that was
Uh,
happening anyway.
Hold my blaster.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
not the only things in my pockets.
Yeah, Asada, she's gonna have her hand on her saber, but she's not pulling it out yet, and the danger sense is still up.
Yeah. You haven't picked up any immediate danger, which is good, because it means nothing that's manifested yet, obviously. But she doesn't take you in the eastern direction that the bartender had told you.
Well, do we meet outside?
Yeah.
The two cantinas? Okay, we found a guide.
Oh,
Okay, are we walking already?
yes.
Well, presumably you guys have both parties have walked out, and you're kind of standing outside.
Yeah.
She's urging you to follow her.
I'll Oh,
Okay, so
join us.
I'll lean over to the others and I'll say, the guy I talked to said that we should go this way.
Miss, we have information that says we probably go the other direction. Why are you headed this way?
So she quickly runs back up, and she keeping an eye out for the fact that everybody is watching at this point and muttering, and she says, "That way's too obvious, too open."
So you know a better, safer way then.
Yes, but we need to go quickly.
All right,
All right.
let's do it. Let's go ahead and follow her.
I'll follow and just keep my eyes out for, I don't know, ambush spots.
Yeah.
Just
Ditto.
um, but Vale doesn't seem. She's not very concerned. Because if anything happens, it's probably going to be close in this this environment. So she's like, all right, well, if they want to tango, it's their choice. So she's kind of just very like.
Yeah, the one benefit you guys
nonplussed.
have, the one benefit you guys definitely have is you look pretty heavily armed.
Yeah.
So normal peasantry and the poor and the hungry and whatnot, they're probably not going to jump at that. That's a bit too much for them to take a bite out of. The more truly desperate, but she takes you to, she basically leads you away. It's almost in a roundabout, like it's almost going in an opposite direction in a way. Mostly due, again, because there's almost complete collapsations of parts of the floor down here. And she takes you into what apparently had been a maintenance shaft. So it's walkable, but you kind of have to, with the exception of Montan, you kind of have to turn to your sides to make your way through.
Because I am small.
So she has just like a little glow stick out, and it's just kind of guiding her way as she goes.
All right. Stay close, everybody.
Yeah. So
I don't think that's an option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch your step.
yeah.
So as you guys are walking along, she says, "If you don't mind me asking, why are you down here? None of you are from here. You're too clean."
We're trying to find some people, and we've heard that the owner of the mortuary has a lot of information.
So she nods. He's very well connected. People down here tend to stay away from it.
Why is that?
Well, unless we have actual business, he doesn't like us around.
Have you heard of Onderon or people from there?
She shrugs. She says, "Is that another city?"
It's a planet.
Oh, no, I'm afraid I only know Terrace.
Some of the people from there came here, and we're trying to find them.
Oh, you sure they haven't been turned to slavers or worse?
Well, we don't know. That's why we're looking for them.
Oh, of course. And then she like waves her hand real quick and just quietly goes, shh, and she starts looking through a crack in the metal. And at that point, Drade and Asada pick up danger.
Something's going to happen.
Yeah, Drade puts his finger up as he's like this, as he's looking at everybody, and he puts his hand on his blaster at his side just in case.
Yeah,
Who am I
Sada,
dead?
Sada
Sword.
pulls out her sabers, both of them.
Can I?
Yeah, I've got my blaster out.
Okay.
I hope you haven't walked us into an ambush on purpose.
Who do you say that to?
Her.
She's putting her finger up to her lips and still saying like her eyes are getting big when she does it.
Can I use survival to? I mean, are we in a rough enough area that I would use survival instead of streetwise?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Why? What were you trying to do with survival?
Just to see if I could check for not check for traps, but ambush points. Like if this was going to be.
Oh, you could use
Humanoid.
streetwise here.
How
Okay.
about tactics?
Tactics would be better.
I want to do a tactic.
Jairus
roll.
is definitely a level 1 trap detector. You can use him for that. Sure.
Okay. Just kind of push him with your foot a little ways forward.
I mean,
Did you
I guess
hit
I
it?
could also use
Did you hit a trap?
investigation just to look for. I'm really looking for disturbances and movement.
Okay. Well, if you don't have tactics, which would probably be best here, you can use search to look around to see if you spot anything out of the ordinary.
I got a 13 on tactics.
Ooh, nice.
You got a 10 on tactics.
Okay. I mean, given the close quarters, yes, this would be an ideal spot to get caught up in some kind of an ambush. But you don't see anybody in front of you, and you don't see anybody behind you.
I look up.
Always look up in
14.
aliens. So you look up Vale, and you don't see anything. I mean, outside of the brokenness of the ceiling and whatnot. And then she actually has her hand. She's gripping the glow stick that she has, so it's not the light is more muted, and she's trying to make sure that it's as dark as possible.
I want to peek out the crack and see what I see.
Okay. Why don't you give me a search check?
Oh, 21.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. So you end up seeing something, two somethings. The very back end of them at this point, because it's obviously been almost a minute since you guys have been kind of hunkered down and trying to be quiet. And there's not a lot of, ambient light out there. But whatever they are, they're bipedal. They have kind of mottled red skin. And they have 3 or 4 claw-like appendages coming off, almost like fingers.
3 or 4, like arms with.
No, 2 arms,
Okay.
but 3 or 4 claw-like appendages that are almost like fingers.
Oh boy. Well, yeah.
Does this look like the pictures of rat ghouls that we've seen? We got the training videos.
Then why don't you roll medicine then?
Oh God. What does that fall under? Mechanical?
I don't remember.
Technical?
That should be technical, I think.
Yeah, so in this case, well, not medicine, obviously,
Yes,
because
it's
medicine
It
is
is a technical specialty.
so
Yeah.
yeah, it would be first aid.
Yeah, which is technical.
Okay. 27.
Dang.
Wow.
Dr. Montan, all of a sudden.
It's available for anybody.
Anybody wants to roll? Sure.
He's really absorbed those rat.
I was going to say for Jairus, it would just be medicine, though.
Well, you
That's
said
a nice roll.
it's first aid.
Typically, it's first aid. For you, it would be medicine.
Right.
it-
Well, that means I can have the two together. So
No, you wouldn't roll twice. You'd only roll the once. The benefit to having that specialty skill is it's treated as, what was it again, Mike? It's like
You get a column shift.
yeah, basically a column shift to the difficulty. So if your roll would normally have been an easy, it's automatically a medium.
Oh, according to the book, any skill that is a prerequisite for an advanced, if you roll the base skill, you get to add the advanced dice to it too.
Okay, I haven't seen that, and it's definitely not something I've been playing with. So
Okay, then let me re-roll then. If you just want the medicine,
Oh, I like the other one better.
so 9
Wow.
with the column shift.
but with the column shift, that puts you at moderate.
Yeah.
Which is still adequate. So based on the two of you looking down the or looking at it and the description, it could be. It sounds very close. One of the things that stands out is that whatever it is walking upright. And rat ghouls in the training videos and that they force you to watch as you're getting vaccinated and whatnot indicate that they're more simian in that sense. Like they'll run on all fours, but they can hunch and stand on 2 feet, but they typically don't walk around like that. They're more animalistic in that sense.
And how many are there?
2.
Okay. And is it just rat ghouls, 2 words?
Nope,
Rat
one
ghouls.
word.
1 word. Okay.
R-A-K, ghoul.
Oh, okay. She's going to whisper, "What are we doing?"
Being quiet. Wait till they pass.
And then she looks again, and she uncovers the light at that point. And then motions everybody to continue, but do so with light feet.
Go ahead and follow her.
So you can tell she's visibly shaken up, but she continues. And then you end up getting to a section that diverts and start walking further in the eastern direction that you guys had been advised of.
Nice.
What were those?
She says, "Those were rat ghouls."
What? That they didn't look like the video.
They're just wandering around down here. I thought they were contained.
So she shrugs. She says we call that government propaganda.
Hmm.
I'll be right back,
We-
guys.
We don't see many of them, but they do come around from time to time. Rumor is that there's some holes that they climb up through.
Terrifying.
They
Wouldn't it-
How do you deal with them besides not dealing with them?
She said she kind of shrugs. She says, "Well, last time anybody tried to deal with them, 3 of us turned into them. So I think most people here, they don't have weapons and a safe place to protect themselves. They run and hide."
You wouldn't happen to know where those places are where the rat ghouls are getting through?
So she shakes her head. "I've been too scared to go there."
Understandable. All right. Well, let's continue.
Okay.
So it takes longer than you had originally wanted. She pauses like 2 more times, this time not for rat ghouls, but for what she thinks people outside are, she doesn't want to notify them, as they travel some of the larger tunnels and walkways that you guys are there in the maintenance shafts. And if anybody takes any looks, these are humanoids, like other aliens, species that you would find here, tattered clothing. Some of these guys have a little bit of armor, very makeshift, with like leather and plates, or doing their best to piece something together. They do have noticeable weapons. They don't look to be organized like any of the organized crime organization, any of the organized criminal syndicates, that you have witnessed before. But in their own way, they're organized, obviously, for mutual safety. But she helps you clear many of the tunnels that, as she did indicate, were busier traffic-wise. It's unclear if all of them would have been hostile, but you definitely would have run into more people. Good or bad, hard to say. But when you get to the area where the Venn Memorial Services is located, it's actually much cleaner here. There are working lights in this area, so it's illuminated. It's all still old, but it's cleared up. It's clean. It looks like, if you live in this poor section, of the underbelly of Terrace, this is probably the condos.
Okay.
There is a broken fountain that, that sits in the very center of this place. It bubbles. At one point in time, it probably had like some water kind of shooting up. Now it's kind of like just a bubbling pool of water around some sort of alien, architecture of some kind. There are some people that are wandering around. They still have tattered clothing, but most of the people around here have done a good job of refurbishing them through stitch work, or repairs through leather working or whatever have you. So it has more of a functional Waterworld kind of feel to it. Lighter style clothing and whatnot, because it is kind of hot down here. You do see that there is a cantina here with a sign that says the Underbelly. There are a couple of spots that are marked. Looks like they're probably domiciles of some kind. If any of you have, although most of you haven't, if any of you have ever played Dead Space 2, you'll kind of have a general aesthetic to what the place looks like. It's, nothing here is standing out like as apartment complexes or homes. It's like you go down a hallway, and then that's where many of the rooms where people might stay are at. That little community or whatever, the next little community. So you've got several of those that are around. There is what appears to be an old daycare nursery. Doesn't seem to be in use, but it still has some of the old decor sitting up on it from when it was many years ago. The glass and whatnot on the outside splintered, but not busted in. It looks like, as you can tell, there's some kids playing around that maybe they just use it for playground purposes or whatnot. And then you end up seeing a old but clean sign, Venn Memorial Services, in
Guide
blue and
still with
white.
us?
What's that?
Is the guide still with us? Sorry, I missed
Briefly.
A lot. I had to go to the bathroom. Okay.
Yeah, briefly. When she clears this particular area, she obviously wants to get paid so she can get out of here.
Masato will give her 100.
Okay.
Just because she kind of saved him from the rat ghouls.
Okay. So
It
go ahead.
feels kind of guilty for accusing her of leading them to an ambush.
Okay. Go ahead and take that off. She's elated, but her feet barely touch the ground as she ducks back down into the shadows to get out.
Yeah.
Before she runs away, hide that. Do not tell anybody about it.
Oh yeah, she barely acknowledges the statement and just kind of like with a wave, and she is gone. You can barely even hear the last couple of footsteps before it's like she vanished. If there's anything she's good at, clearly it's sneaking around.
All right. Well, we made it. Let's head on in, everybody.
Getting home again is going to be fun, but let's go talk to the guy.
So this is the place that you want to set down roots, Montan?
No, I want to set down roots upstairs, way upstairs.
Where it's clean.
I suppose that you probably wouldn't come here under normal circumstances. So that's a fair point.
It's an interesting location to keep a business.
I mean, I imagine lots of people die down here.
I suppose it weeds out the those who aren't exactly desperate.
More serious
Also weeds
enough.
out-
Yeah.
Also weeds out law enforcement.
Right.
I haven't seen any cops down here.
Yeah, they
You
don't really
blame 'em?
bother with this area, do they?
So as you guys approach, you can see that there are two IG droids standing out in front of the
Ooh,
of the-
nice.
door.
Montan's looking at him.
Montan swoons. Woo.
He's like, how can I make those mine?
Hello, gorgeous. Where you been all my life?
I can't hijack both of them at once.
So these two seem to be like guarding the door to
Mhm.
Vin Memorial Services. Okay. He'll
Let's
go
not-
ahead
let's not hack 'em.
and approach and then say, "We're here to see the Undertaker."
So they both kind of look at you. Only one of you, only one addresses you, but they both look at you. They've got their hands on some pretty serious firepower. They've got light repeating blasters apiece.
Okay.
And the one, looks to you and says, "You will leave all weapons at the door,"
Understood.
and just instinctively like presses a button. You see, like a bank drop deposit sort of, bucket kind of drop down, and so you can load them all in.
He pulls the blaster pack like out of his gun, his blaster, and puts that in.
Okay.
He does still have his lightsaber hidden on him. And he's going to keep that to see what happens.
Okay.
I gotta leave all of these out here.
Yeah, Asada will be doing the same thing. She's not giving up her lightsaber, but she puts her blaster in. But they can't see
I
her,
don't know if they
her
have.
lightsabers anyways.
I don't know if they have a drawer for the staff, but he'll pull out his concealed light blaster and put it in.
Okay.
And he'll lean up the staff or hand it to the droid or something.
Yeah. So I mean, at that point, they kind of look at it, and they look at they're sizing up the math. Clearly it's not going to fit in this, deposit box. I should, but yeah, so like a bank deposit box sort of thing. And so they just one of them takes a hold of it, sets it up against the wall, and leans it to leave it there. Is everybody else doing the same thing?
Montan's doing that thing, that scene. He pulls out his holdout blaster. He pulls out his micro grenade launcher. He pulls out 6 different grenades.
She like looks impressed, like, oh, yes, yeah.
They told me I needed to learn how to fight.
Like disarming Germany.
Stacking weapons.
She just pulls out a blaster, a couple knives, a baton,
Okay.
like a reinforced metal stick, fighting stick.
Okay, so as soon as one of you starts to walk through, Drade, immediately the alarm goes off in the little hallway in between the front door and the secondary door inside. A turret drops down and points right at you. The guards immediately point their light repeating blasters and tell you to exit immediately.
I need one of those.
I look really confused for a second.
Guess they've got a metal detector.
Go ahead and leave. And then say, well, that's a problem. Not really willing to give that up.
You can wait out here if you need to. I don't mind going in with the
Yeah,
others to negotiate.
I will be staying out here with Drade because, yeah, I'm not, no.
We'll stay
So-
out here and guard just in case these IGs need help.
Yep.
Rest of you head in.
I'll take my blaster back.
Okay, so they open it up, allow you to have your weapons back, and then tell you to keep a safe distance from the door.
Right. Have fun, everybody.
Oh yeah. I'll go in. I'm weaponless.
Okay, so the
We'll be back shortly.
the,
Yeah,
rema-
they'll
the remaining 4 of you will go in.
easily go in.
The inside is actually very nice, very clean. Much like you would expect a usual waiting room of some kind. There is another IG model of droid standing on the inside, just kind of observing. And then a hologram comes on. And it says, "Welcome to Memorial Services. How can we assist you today? Have you had a death in the family?"
We may actually have had a death in the family. We're seeking to know if any of our family members have passed on. We've lost contact with them, and we're hoping that your records will lead us to reunite with those who are still alive and to reclaim the dead who we may have lost.
So it pauses at like it's processing that information. "I am sorry for your loss. We offer our condolences here at Venn Memorial Services. Regretfully, due to privacy concerns, we cannot give out private client information."
We understand. We're hoping that there is non-private information that the Undertaker could provide to us. Of course, we understand that his time is valuable, and we'd like to secure an appointment with a deposit.
"I am sorry, we do not have a Undertaker listed amongst our contact staff."
Perhaps he goes by director here, or supervisor, owner.
Do
She
you
just
wish
stops and she's like, "We're willing to pay for information." Just flat out just says it.
Do you mean Mr. Venn?
If that's who we need to talk to, yes.
One moment, please. And then you hear the Kenny G equivalent of Cy Snoodles and the Max Rebo Band. With those electric saxophones and key synths. And then a man comes walking out from the back. Just a door slides up. He's human, probably in his mid-50s. Got a nice gray peppering throughout his brown head of hair. He has wearing a company logoed shirt, as well as some slacks. And he seems to be taking off gloves. He does have a blaster pistol at his side. And he says, "I'm sorry, but I don't see that there is an appointment. Who is it that's wishing to speak to me?"
We're seeking information, and we were told to come this way. We were not given anything more than that, so we could not have made an appointment.
I see. And what exactly is it that you are looking for? We offer a whole range of cremation services, burial arrangements, body transportation, and death certificates.
She just kind of stares at him quietly, like, yes, I know you're bullshit. Like, she's just like, mm-hmm. And she just waits. She waits for, like, she'll just wait him out in silence.
Okay. So at that point, he just turns and looks to somebody else since she's not speaking. And he says, am I wasting my time?
Do you have a few minutes we could sit and talk about our needs?
And so he looks at a timepiece on his wrist at that point, and he says, "We're already discussing whatever it is that you've come for."
We heard that you supply information in trade.
I see.
Is that an incorrect is that wrong?
So he pauses and he's like, at this point, taking all of you in at this point, just looking at you while the other droid just stands diligently. And he says, "No, Lady Toronar, it is not."
Double take.
Clearly, you know your job.
I just needed a moment to get the files uploaded. Thank you for the raid.
In that case, do you know already why we're here?
I do not. I obtained ID information, not whatever's locked away in those brains of yours.
We'd like to find a few individuals who are refugees from Onderon. We thought you might know where we could find them. What
Depends on the
state
names.
We have a short list so far, but there may be others. And I'll relay the names.
Okay, you guys are gonna have to give them to me so I can
Okay.
tell you what's what.
Tavern Halvik and Garrick Voss.
Not all at once.
Well,
Kelradon.
Please put those in chat for me so I can put them in notes.
I think they're already in notes, aren't they?
They're in
Yeah,
notes. That's where I'm reading them from.
Yeah.
But I can copy paste.
Thank you. Then I got. I
Okay,
don't want
start
to
with the
take
first
time
one.
to have to do it.
Kelradon.
So he nods at that. The name is not unfamiliar to me.
The second is Tovrin Halvik.
He says the name is also not unknown to me.
And the third we have is Garrick Voss.
Ah, yes, Mr. Voss.
Do you know this one personally?
I don't give out any information.
Fair enough.
What
What-
exactly is it you are seeking?
we're concerned for their welfare.
A welfare check.
We have reason to believe that they may be in less than ideal circumstances here.
Tends to go without saying for refugees here on Terrace.
So, what can you do to assist us in that welfare check, and what can we do to assist you to assist us?
Well, I'm only willing to give you one for the time being. I don't know if I can trust you as of yet. You are potentially new clients. And however magnanimous this particular approach is, I don't trust before I can verify.
We appreciate whatever information you can supply. Would we be able to purchase the service of delivering a message to them?
No. Those particular services, while offered, again, are only given to trusted clients. I also don't take kindly to message passaging. I don't like to forward.
It's beneath you.
It's risky. He says, 5,000 credits for the information on Miss Dawn. This information will be her name, her last known whereabouts, and remaining family.
Hold on.
I'll
Shouldn't we
look-
also know if she's in a dangerous situation before we walk into it? I think 5,000 credits covers that.
He says, you have no room to really bargain. The whole of Terrace is a danger zone. We've already established that they're refugees, so if they aren't in danger, they are certainly in peril.
I meant if in particular they've been indentured by, say, Black Sun or one of the other organizations at a higher than background level of danger. That's what I'm asking.
Of course, if that is applicable, or is widely known, that would come with the fee.
I'll look at the others to see if anybody objects. And if they don't object, then I'll hand over 5,000 credits.
I have no objection for you paying for this information. The concern outside was that every noble knows if you flash money to beggars, you will be swarmed and ambushed by beggars.
Yeah, no, we have to we got to open our account. Let's do it.
All right. Does he want electronic credits or does he want
No, it looks like he's fine with either.
physical? Okay,
So, are you walking around with thousands of credits in your pocket?
probably not. Okay, then I'll hand him a credit stick.
Okay. So at that point, he types some information, and then at that window that you were speaking of the holograph, which the business holograph to AI sort of thing, you end up seeing like a scream sheet kind of come out of it with the information you requested. And he takes the credits. He says, your Miss Drawn is one of the fortunate ones, if you can call being held up in the immigration district, just outside of the main city, beneficial.
Held up as in a camp or detained somehow?
It is the equivalent thereof. Immigrants who have come and been captured for one reason or another are quarantined off until they can be sorted out. And Terrace's government doesn't take a particular need or desire to process them expediently. So many of the illegal immigrants that show up here languish in those particular zones. But, as I indicated, it is not the lower levels.
Has she been charged with anything, or is she simply caught up in the bureaucracy?
Outside of the immigration issues, I don't believe she holds any sort of criminal standing. Something of
And
that
does it-
nature likely would have come up.
Does it have an image of her?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's Marillion, and listed, she has 2 children, Rin and Tal, age 10 and age 6.
And these are the people that she arrived with.
It shows that she arrived, there are 4 total.
How long ago did she get here?
She's actually been here for several years now, which times quite well with the rebellion on Onderon.
Okay. Anything else you think we need to get started? I'm asking the group since they can't see me looking at them.
I mean, this looks like a pretty simple case of sponsorship through the immigration system to get her out, her and her kids. I could use an easier route to get back here, though. And he'll look at Mr. Ben and maybe we should negotiate in advance for the next one. Sure. We'll handle that when we get there.
Were you asking me, or were you asking the
Yeah, asking the guy, the Undertaker, like, should we expect this as a standard price for this sort of information, or is it case by case?
It's case by case, depending upon their value and their value to others.
All right. Do you have? We could use a map to get back here that doesn't involve the way we came the first time. Is there a lift nearby that would get us to upper levels?
There is one in a service tunnel I can guide you to that will take you past most of the perilous journey you clearly circumnavigated.
Appreciate that.
What? How are the records here?
I'm sorry, you kind of broke up there, Matt. What were you saying?
I was asking how are the Rakghouls dealt with here? We encountered maybe 2 while we were walking here, and it
Ah.
doesn't seem like anybody's able to protect themselves from them. How are
The
they
local
dealt with?
floral fauna. Well, they don't come here. They've evolved, it seems. They're smart enough to understand when they're overpowered, which in times past was not the case. They were just feral creatures.
But still, no one we saw as we came here seemed to be capable of dealing with them beyond running and hiding. How are they dealt with?
I don't know how they deal with them outside of running and hiding. If they know better than to come here.
It could be the 3 IG droids, at least.
Well, as I said, they are exhibiting higher forms of intelligence. They may not even understand what a droid is, but they understand being shot and being overpowered.
That's what I meant.
There are some others who live on this particular level who are adequately armed. So I'm not the only one who protects his particular territory.
But there's no particular and specific organization that protects the residents here
No, there is not.
in general.
If you haven't noticed, none of the law enforcement come down here. In fact, the last time any law enforcement was seen, it was only because the individual had nearly topped the Empire's wanted list. I could only presume it was the bounty exceeding the potential risk of coming down here.
Right. Well,
I'm developing a concern for these people, and I don't know what that means going forward, but I'm beginning to develop a concern.
well then let's figure it out. Let's take some time and think about it.
Well, if you do, please go elsewhere to do so.
Well, thank you, Mr. Venn. We appreciate doing business with you.
Of course.
Appreciate your straightforwardness and look forward to doing further business with you in the future. And I'll shake his hand.
Okay, so he shakes your hand and then starts putting his gloves back on.
How do we make an
And
appointment?
right, dude, can we have your comms information so that we can
He taps
properly,
the sheet.
All right.
There's a barcode that you may scan with your data pad.
Excellent.
I'm going to go ahead and scan it and just add it to my contacts.
Okay. You immediately get the prompt. It's like, did you mean to add then memorial services?
Yes.
Click, and it's all.
So before they come back out, Asada's gonna ask Drade some questions. So, since the individual who held you captive is now dead, do you think the information that you gave him, do you think it died with him as well?
That's the hope. Not quite sure if he would have provided that information to someone else or stored it on databanks that were at that base, but most of that was destroyed as we were leaving.
Well, from what I understand, he was destroyed with everything else. Because otherwise, how could he have died? And by our hands.
Yeah, I don't think that's true. It's just that was a courtesy. The exchange clearly managed to find out where he was through channels, sent a hunter after them, and then destroyed them. So my thought is the exchange has a very, very big, what would you call it? I guess, well, they look at us as a very valuable asset, and they were willing to do that.
So
Just to
we
make
got
sure that we
paid
were-
for something we didn't do.
Seems like it.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Well, if you're feeling on edge about it, that's probably an accurate, useful feeling to have, since being in league with those we're in league with now here on Terrace is, well, a part of the environment here. You have to in order to stay safe, but we've been making a lot of deals with them.
But
And
With this knowledge that we were not the one who took him out, I feel like we were forced to be indebted to these people because they paid us for a job we didn't do.
you think that was unintentional? Because pretty sure it was.
Oh no, I think yeah, we were forced into being indebted to them.
Well, you're not indebted. It's more of a psychological gift. They see you as a valuable asset. They want to protect that asset, and then they're going to leverage you against their problems. Or, I guess, us at this point.
That makes sense. Hey, so
Yeah, how'd it
y'all made
go
it.
in there. Nobody's dead, right? She counts heads.
Nope, and we have location as well.
Okay.
Of how many?
One.
Just one? So where are we going next?
Home first.
Okay.
Which
Um,
we got directions. There's a lift over this way.
Oh, I was going to say, do we have to go back the way we came?
No, we have a
Good.
lift we can take.
All right. Good shortcut.
Yeah, let's like I said, back to the shop. Nasara, we need to find a hotel. I'm getting kind of tired of sleeping on this ship.
It is quite a commute,
Yeah.
although it seems like it's going to be prudent for us to stay there a little longer, since that's close to where we need to find our person of interest.
Oh,
But yes,
on-
let's make some arrangements.
yes. Anyone else need room, or where we're
Looking
Trade?
at some.
Well, I like hanging out
Accommodations.
at a hotel skimming Minot. Accommodations are great. Can't beat the price. So yeah, just and I get a walk to and from the port to EDM. Exercise. So
I
works
don't
out
know.
for me.
I feel like I want to be pampered a little bit.
You would.
Mm,
All right. Let's
I
head
wanna
back to the
Well,
shop.
let's see what we can find.
Okay, so barely even a block over from where you guys went to the Venn Memorial Services, you can see it looks like at one point in time it probably was a very common elevator that went to the upper levels. Now it doesn't. I mean, even though it's clearly in working condition, it clearly isn't. Like if you looked at maps, it's been conveniently, rubbed off. People don't really know where it's at, and the only way really to access it is from here, and on a certain level on the middle tier.
Just so it's said, we got our weapons back, right?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't want it later to be like, you never said you got your weapons back. So.
No.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, you'll note I even mentioned in the D&D game that the only thing that didn't come with you guys was the cart because it wasn't there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm generally not that type of storyteller unless for some reason there was extenuating circumstances like
Covering all bases.
you guys were in a rush or
I
whatever
need
else.
an itemized inventory down to articles of clothing and what is in your pockets
Have you seen these notes I
and
take from
your
the side?
shoelaces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
don't
I
like
should
the-
see
This
the
are-
gear that was left behind in the cart. Ooh.
Nassar is looking at the itemized lint the itemized list. She's like, belly lint. Wow.
I mean, do we need like flint and tinder? I could
Spare no
use it for that.
detail.
How many
right.
body pins are you wearing?
All right, so you're saying that
Raid, why do you have toenails in your pocket?
You never
So-
know.
this lift only stops here in the mid tier? Is that
Yep.
what you're saying? Well, that's what we need. So
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Perfect.
so it's not quite the level you guys need, but when it gets up to the top, and then it just kind of it opens up. It's like a dark back alley to somewhere, but you could see some of the hustle and bustle that you're kind of used to on the mid tier. Looks like it's opening up near some sort of shopping center of some kind.
all right, well, let's get our bearings. And is there like public transport at this level?
Yes.
All right, well, let's hop a bus home.
Okay. When you get to the bus, it's only like 3 levels up from where you're at, or 3
Okay.
levels dead. You have to go up 3 levels. Sorry.
It's weird to think of like, public trams and buses that actually change levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for a credit apiece, it's literally not a problem. You just kind of you pay it. The droid, takes you up 3 levels, at a decent clip. So you're back near. You've probably in total, like you're probably about 2 miles from where you needed to be, and it just kind of goes up and brings you close to the platform where your business is at, and just hovers there momentarily. While you guys can all climb off, using stairs before it jams on out.
So then once we get to EDM, get inside, close the door. All right. So what's the details on the one name we have so far?
So I'll hand over the sheet for him to look over and say, essentially, she's been held up in a bureaucratic limbo for several years, and we'll have to figure out how to get her out of there.
So as you
She's
look
not
at it,
unsafe.
as you look at it, I don't mean to interrupt you, Brittany.
No, it's fine.
You do see that there's 2 kids listed. She originally came here with a husband. They both worked. There's a brief tidbit there. They had briefly worked for Freight Logistics, or I say not Freight Logistics, but they did. That was in their background. It says that they were working, running cargo. Here on Terrace, when something went wrong in a cargo dispute, shots were fired and her husband was killed while on duty. She is now the only one of her family that's working. It does list that she has a job, or I should say she has 2 jobs, and it lists a cantina she works at. And the laundry service that she works for.
And is she being like held elsewhere in custody by like officials, or is she like that? Does it say where she herself is actually at?
The cantina is actually in the um basically the quarantine zone for immigration.
Okay.
Wait, so I thought if she was in a quarantine zone, then like a refugee camp, she would just stay there and be at the whim of the government. Like, I'm surprised that
Correct.
she actually has work.
No, yeah, she has probably through a miracle of some kind, but she her second job lists her as a laundry runner for a small hostel on the upper levels of the lower city.
So she's allowed to leave. She just is
Why don't you roll
stuck living.
bureaucracy?
Okay, that sounds fair.
Hey, I've got one of those.
Why don't you roll it as well, Montan? Who knows? You may become
I
house as
rolled
well.
1.
I may do better than that. 16.
I guess you did a little better.
Wow.
I'm a little bit stuck on the fact that her husband died in a shootout.
Probably. So, Montan, if depending upon someone's conduct, and basically if the government feels that they can trust them, there's a type of visa that they can apply for that allows them limited availability outside of the that quarantine like camp.
All right. I also have law enforcement at the same level in case it matters.
So Matt, you also got that information since that's what you rolled.
All right. So she's clearly got like a worker visa.
Yeah.
That lets her. I'm saying this to the group.
Mhm.
That clearly she's got a worker visa that lets her run in and out. I mean, it sounds like she's in bureaucratic limbo, but it doesn't sound like she's necessarily being exploited, because if she was, she could escape anytime she liked.
Well, then we can meet her at one of her jobs when she's working and see if she's willing to talk to us to see what her actual bureaucratic problem is. See what we can do to help her out.
Does it?
Yeah.
Do we have the hostel that she runs for?
Yeah. What she works for? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do we have any information about the schedule?
No.
All right.
So even if she is not in the worst situation, perhaps she can be a resource in helping us find others. I mean, we could certainly see what we could do to help her get in a more stable position, but maybe she can help us find others that are not so fortunate.
I mean, we're 5,000 credits into her particular story, so yeah, let's let's help her out.
Well, that leads to the question of what is our goal in connecting with these people? Are we going to bring them back here and fold them into the business, or
It depends on.
establish?
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think we need to employ everybody we meet, but you know, Nasara was their queen. I mean, this kind of has the same flavor as the rebellion for me. You know, these are people that need help, and they're Nasara's people, so I'm willing to help.
Like I said, even if she's in a fairly reasonable situation, maybe she can help us find out what happened to the others and make sure they're okay.
Right.
Right, but what is make sure they're okay? What are we doing with this?
For her specifically so far, we need to actually know what her problem is, because it seems like this info doesn't say what the bureaucratic red tape is that she's running into. And we'll see if we can help her with that, whatever it is. If she needs to live somewhere better, if she needs to go off world to a better life, whatever it is, we'll figure that out as we come to it. For the others, it's kind of the same thing. It'll depend on what they're capable of, what their situations are. So we're just going to have to adapt on the fly. But I
So
agree
is
with
our-
Masara.
Is our goal to relocate them to Pelagia, or
Uh, probably not. If they can get into a situation here where they can stand on their own feet and be okay, then that's fine. I think I need more information before I can decide what the best end goal is. I know that's not much to go on.
Sarah, since you had effectively this mission in mind when you came here and joined us, what's your take?
The concern is that a number of the refugees that did come here are being exploited because there's been intelligence that is happening. It may not be this particular person, but hopefully, as you had said, if we can get information from her, if she had traveled with a group, that can expand the network, the names, the number of people that showed up or stopped here, either voluntarily or involuntarily. Then we can get a bigger picture of what's actually going on.
Do you think that these people, these refugees from Onderon specifically, were targeted, or do you think it's just bad refugee luck?
I think it's targeted because they were refugees, not specifically from the planet, a particular planet. As any refugees, it's just the concern are for those people,
Okay.
not the rest.
All right. Well, we're trying to find these people, get them out of whatever muck they've gotten into, being taken advantage of. And we figure out what the best situation is at the moment, depending on their problem.
And the best information is this intelligence we've gotten just a couple of people in the mix of all the other refugees, or is it a bigger problem that needs to be looked at?
Right.
I wasn't given direction to solve the problem, but to gather intelligence about it, report back, and we go from there. Which means there may be more resources at our disposal, depending on what we find.
I see. All right. Okay, Jerome, what time of day is it now?
At this point, by the time you guys get back, we'll say it's like 1:30 in the afternoon.
Okay. It's like, well, it's nearing the end of the lunch rush, so maybe we can head to this cantina. Does it say which cantina she works at?
Yeah, it's in the immigration zone, but yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
got the
okay.
name.
Cool.
In
Are
fact,
we
it's even
allowed to
got like a little
remove it?
picture, kind of like if you pulled a Star Wars version of Google Maps. It's got like a little picture on the screen, so
Okay.
it shows you what it looks like.
Nice.
So the quarantine is purely bureaucratic, not
Mhm.
medical.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was going to say they won't let us go in the quarantine zone, but if it's not medical, then sure they will.
Right.
So how about we
Essentially, for immigration status, they're quarantined.
So we can make a stop over at the cantina, see if she's working there today. If she's not, then she might be working at the laundry services. But at the same time, not sure if all of us going en masse would be the best idea. Doesn't seem like we'd be going into the lower levels like what we just did, but still.
Well, if it's cantina, we can just go sit down and eat. See if she's there.
I agree.
Fair point. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little peckish anyway. It's a good idea. Let's go get a bite to eat at this very particular cantina, everybody.
I hear it has the best food.
It's definitely going to be better than the place that we were at this morning.
Definitely don't want
Right.
to eat there.
No,
Probably gonna
right.
smell better too.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hope so.
So that's where we're going to go ahead and stop for tonight. We'll pick up again next time, same day, obviously. All right, so we have RP votes to do. So we're going to start off with Dale.
Oh, it's gonna be a hard one.
Yeah, gosh, let's see here. I am gonna go with Matt for his cautious nature, especially when we were traveling around, things he was saying. I liked it.
Okay. Brittany.
I was actually going to go with Matt as well.
Okay. Shelly.
I'm actually gonna go with Callie. I like the fact that, her character definitely knows her stuff, and she's constantly, her head's always on a swivel. We don't have to tell her to have it on a swivel, and I like that about her character. So, yeah, my vote goes to her.
Cool. Matt.
I was going to vote for Callie as well for basically shutting Jarrus down and kicking him aside to take command of the interrogation.
She's like, you're beating around the bush.
Nice.
Stop it. Just ask.
She's like, she takes his hand.
Do it.
Just Sparta kicks him off to the side.
Yes.
This is terrorist. Mike.
Let's go with Callie.
Okay. And Callie.
I was going to go with Brittany. Actually.
Okay.
My vote.
So that was nice. Callie, it looks like you got the vote then. So you get 2 additional character points to put on your character sheet.
Yay.
Where do those go?
It's up towards the top,
Up towards
Where's
the top
that?
right.
Jeez.
under physical description.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you guys all for hanging out with us. Thank you for the follows and the subscriptions and the mini raid that we got there.
Yeah.
We'll be playing again this Friday with this Mythic Savannah, which is our World of Darkness game. We will not be having a game on Saturday because some of us will be out at an actual Star Wars event, me included, for the Diamondbacks. And then on the 14th, we're back to Kingdoms of the Shattered Crown, our D&D game, which starts at 7:30 p.m. So thank you guys for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you again next time. Good night, guys.